The air in Kaolinovy village, May 1996, was thick with the scent of damp earth and late spring rain. Tamara Prosperina, a woman known for her eccentricities, ventured into the nearby woods, her mind a tangle of whispered voices and half-seen shadows. But this time, the shadows coalesced. She bent low, her gnarled fingers parting the undergrowth. What she found was not a lost object, not an animal, but something utterly, shockingly other. It lay there, small, fragile, breathing. A creature unlike anything she, or anyone, had seen. Tamara brought it home, cradling it like a newborn. She named it Alyoshenka, a diminutive of Alexei. For weeks, she cared for it. She fed it curd cheese and sweetened water. She talked to it as if it understood. But Alyoshenka was no ordinary infant. Its head was disproportionately large, bulbous, lacking ears. Its eyes were immense, dark, lidless slits. A tiny mouth, devoid of lips, seemed permanently agape. Its skin, a strange gray hue, felt smooth, almost slick. The Kyshtym locals, accustomed to Tamara's oddities, initially dismissed it. Another of her delusions, they thought. But then, rumors began to circulate, whispers of a truly bizarre discovery. A dwarf unlike any human dwarf. A baby that defied all biology. Word spread, slowly, hesitantly, beyond the village's quiet confines. It reached Vladimir Bendlin, a local police captain. He was known for his methodical approach. He'd heard the stories, the strange tales emanating from Tamara's isolated cottage. Skepticism warred with an undeniable curiosity. When he finally visited, what he saw chilled him to the bone. Not a hallucination, not a doll, a living, breathing enigma. Alyoshenka. He couldn't reconcile it with any known species. The creature, no bigger than a human hand, moved with an unsettling, alien grace. Its gaze, though unblinking, seemed to hold an ancient intelligence, or perhaps an ancient fear. But the story took a tragic turn. Tamara Prosperina, already mentally fragile, was eventually hospitalized for her deteriorating condition. Alyoshenka was left alone, and in her absence, the creature perished. Its tiny, fragile body, now lifeless, became the focus of intense, clandestine interest. Bendlin, recognizing the profound significance, took possession of the remains. He saw the potential for a scientific breakthrough, even a paradigm shift. He tried to protect it, but the secret, once out, was a wild current. Local medical experts were the first to examine the body. Dr. Stanislav Samishkin, a gynecologist, was among them. His initial assessment was stunning. No human characteristics. He described a creature with a skull consisting of 4 bones, distinct from a human's 6. No navid, no human bone structure. It was, in his professional opinion, not human, not a deformed fetus, not a miscarried baby. This wasn't just a discovery. It was a cosmic riddle. The implications were staggering. Could this truly be an extraterrestrial being? Found, not in the distant reaches of space, but in a small Russian village? The news, now more than a whisper, attracted journalists, ufologists, and independent researchers. Among them was Galina Semenkova, a journalist deeply invested in the paranormal. She photographed the remains extensively, capturing the creature's eerie visage for posterity. These grainy photographs and later video footage would become the only tangible evidence of Alyoshenka's existence. The images were unsettling. The disproportionate head, the large dark eyes, the lack of ears, every feature screamed anomaly. The world, if it ever got to see them, would be forced to confront something utterly unthinkable. But then, the most crucial piece of evidence vanished. The body itself. It was taken by a group claiming to be scientists, promising further, more advanced research. They called themselves the Cosmopoisk Group, led by Vadim Chernobrov, a well-known ufologist. They promised to investigate, to analyze, to reveal the truth. They took Alyoshenka's remains, along with clothing samples and other artifacts from Tamara's home. And then silence. The body was never officially seen again. The Cosmopoisk Group claimed the remains were stolen from them by unknown parties. A convenient explanation, some thought. Others saw it as a deliberate cover-up. The most profound discovery of the century gone. Just like that, Captain Ben Lin, haunted by the disappearance, continued his own investigation. He interviewed witnesses. He tracked down leads. But the trail went cold. The local authorities seemed hesitant to pursue it with vigor. Was it incompetence? Or something more sinister? The possibility of a global conspiracy to suppress evidence of alien life on Earth loomed large. The questions piled up. Who took Alyoshenka? Why? And what did they know? The case, despite the missing body, ignited a firestorm of speculation. Researchers from around the globe weighed in, based solely on the surviving photographs and videos. Some medical professionals, primarily those who had not seen the body firsthand, argued for a terrestrial explanation. They suggested Alyoshenka was a human fetus, prematurely born, suffering from severe deformities. Conditions like anencephaly, hydrocephaly, or some other rare genetic syndrome were proposed. Progeria was also suggested, though less likely given the creature's size and overall morphology. The lack of a navel, a key distinguishing feature, was often dismissed as a possible oversight in early examinations or simply another rare anomaly. This theory, while unsettling, offered a comfortingly familiar explanation for something so bizarre. It allowed humanity to remain the sole, complex, intelligent life form on this planet for now. But the counterarguments were potent. Dr. Samishkin, the gynecologist who did examine the body, remained resolute in his conviction that it was not human. His detailed observations, though anecdotal due to the lack of formal reports, spoke of a creature whose biological structure simply didn't align with human anatomy. The unique bone structure, the lack of a navel, the peculiar eye and mouth configuration. These were not typical deformities. They suggested a fundamentally different biological blueprint, a blueprint not from Earth. Ufologists and those open to paranormal explanations pointed to the profound similarities between Alyoshenka and the classic great alien descriptions. The large head, small body, big dark eyes, lack of external ears, and overall frail appearance aligned strikingly with popular extraterrestrial imagery. Was this merely a coincidence? Or was it proof that the alien visitors often depicted in science fiction were not entirely fictional after all? The idea that such a creature could be found, alive, on Earth, challenged every scientific and philosophical understanding of our place in the universe. It suggested that we might not be alone, and that they might be far closer than we ever imagined. Adding to the mystery was the fate of Tamara Prosperina. After her hospitalization, she was released. But a year after Alyoshenka's disappearance, she was tragically killed in a hit-and-run accident. Was it a random tragedy? Or was it a deliberate silencing? For many, her death was too convenient, too coincidental, especially given her involvement in the discovery. The layers of intrigue deepened, transforming a simple discovery into a labyrinthine conspiracy. The Kyshtym Dwarf, as it came to be known, became a modern legend, a story told in hushed tones, passed between researchers and enthusiasts. The fragments of evidence, photographs, videos, witness testimonies, were scrutinized endlessly. Each pixel, each word, picked apart for meaning. Was it a hoax, an elaborate deception designed to capitalize on the public's fascination with the unknown? Some suggested the entire narrative was fabricated, or that the creature was nothing more than a carefully crafted prop. But the consistency of the initial witness accounts, including a police captain and a medical doctor, made such a simple dismissal difficult. The initial lack of sensationalism in the village, before the wider world caught on, also lent credibility to the raw discovery. The truth, if it ever existed in a concrete form, remains buried. Perhaps with the lost remains. Perhaps with those who took them. What we are left with is a narrative of profound scientific curiosity, human fear, and the enduring mystery of life itself. So what was Alyoshenka? A grotesquely deformed human baby, a tragic anomaly of nature, hidden away by a mentally ill woman? A unique, previously unknown terrestrial species, evolving in isolation, glimpsed only briefly before disappearing into the shadows of scientific indifference or deliberate suppression. Or something far more unsettling. An actual extraterrestrial being, a visitor from beyond our stars, crashing to Earth in the quiet Russian wilderness, its brief life a testament to possibilities we dare not fully contemplate. We have photographs, we have testimonies, but we have no body, no definitive DNA, just a chilling echo of a creature that defied definition, a tiny entity that ripped a hole in our understanding of life. Alyoshenka remains, for many, the closest we've ever come to proof of alien life on Earth. But without the body, without the science, it remains just that, a haunting question mark, a silent scream from the unknown, forever challenging us to consider what else might be out there. Or perhaps, what else has already been here, among us, watching, waiting, before vanishing without a trace, leaving behind only shadows and an enduring, terrifying mystery.